Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 9th of October 1987. And the title is News of the Alokik Royal Court. Today, Bap Dada is looking at the royal court of his children who have a right to self-sovereignty. Out of the whole cycle, this alokik court of the confluence age is unique, has elevated pride, is completely different, and the most lovely. The spiritual sparkle, the spiritual lotus seed, the spiritual crown, and the luck, the sparkle of the face, and the alokik fragrance of the atmosphere, of the elevated awareness of the stage of this royal court are extremely entertaining and one that deeply attracts everyone. Seeing such a gathering and every self-sovereign soul, Bap Dada is very pleased. It is such a huge court. Every Brahmin child is a self-sovereign, a master of the self. So, there are so many Brahmin children. If you held a court of all the Brahmins together, it would be such a big royal court. Such a big court doesn't take place in any other age. The specialty of the confluence age is that all the children of the highest and high father become masters of the self. In a Lokik family, every father says to his children, "This child of mine is my king child," or he desires that every child of his should become a king. However, not all the children can become kings. They have copied the Supreme Father in this saying, "At this time, all the children of Bap Dada are definitely Raj Yogis, that is, masters of the self. They are number-wise Raj Yogis. None of them are subject yogis." So, Bap Dada was looking at the unlimited royal gathering. All of you consider yourselves to be masters of the self. Do you not? Are all of you new children who have come masters of the self, or do you still have to become that? You are new, and so you are learning how to meet and get together. You will continue to develop the habit of understanding the Avyakt things that the Avyakt Father tells you. Nevertheless, you will consider this fortune to be worth more when the time comes rather than now. How fortunate we are! Bap Dada was telling you the news of the alokik royal court. Baba's attention was especially being drawn to the crown and the sparkle on the face of the children, even against his conscious wish. The crown is a symbol of purity, the specialty of Brahmin life. The sparkle on the face is the sparkle of spirituality and of being stable in a spiritual stage. Even when you look at someone ordinarily, your vision will first of all go to the face. This face is a mirror of your attitude and stage. So Bap Dada was saying that there was a sparkle on everyone, but one were those who were always stable in the stage of spirituality, those who had this stage naturally and easily. The other were those who were stable in this stage through the practice of the spiritual stage. One were those who easily had this stage, and the other were those who had to make effort to remain stable in this stage. That is, one were easy yogis and the other were yogis who had to make effort. There was a difference in the sparkle of the two. One had natural beauty and the other had beauty through effort. Just as people nowadays look beautiful because of their makeup, the sparkle of natural beauty is always constant, whereas the sparkle of the other beauty is sometimes very good and sometimes only to a certain percentage. It is not always the same, not always stable. So the stage of constantly being uneasy and natural yogi enables you to become a number one self-sovereign. Since all you children have promised to lead a Brahmin life, that is, the one Father is your world, and that you belong to the one Father and none other. Since the Father is your world, and there is no one else, then you would naturally and easily have a constant yogi stage, would you not? Or would you have to make effort? If there is anyone else, then you have to make effort to stop your intellect going there and see that it goes there. However, when the one Father is everything, where would the intellect go? Since it cannot go anywhere, what practice will it have? There is difference in the practice too. One is natural practice, it is always in that stage, and the other is practice through effort. For the self-sovereign children to become those who have this practice easily is a sign of them being easy and natural yogis. The sparkle on their face is alokik, so that as soon as others see their face, they experience that soul to be a soul who is an embodiment of elevated attainment and an easy yogi. Just as when someone has physical wealth or has attained a physical position, you can tell by the sparkle on his face that he is from a wealthy family or has claimed a high position. In the same way, the intoxication and sparkle of this elevated attainment, this elevated right to a kingdom, that is, the attainment of an elevated stage, is visible on their face. The sparkling faces of all the self-sovereign children should always be visible like this. Signs of effort should not be visible. Signs of attainment should be visible. Even now, when you see the faces of some children, you say, this one has attained something. Whereas for other children, when you see their face, you say, this is a high destination, but they have also had very high renunciation. From their faces, their renunciation would be visible, but their fortune would not be visible. Or it would be said that this one is making very good effort. Bapdada wants the sparkle of being an easy yogi to be seen on the face of each of you children. The sparkle of the intoxication of elevated attainment should be visible because you are the children of the Father who is the treasure store of attainments. You have a right to the blessed time of the confluence age of receiving attainments. How can we have constant yoga? How can we have a constant experience and experience the treasure store. Do not waste your time in making this effort even now, but easily experience the fortune of being an embodiment of attainment. The time of completion is coming close. If even now you remain engaged in making effort for one thing or another, then the time for receiving attainment will end. So then, when will you experience being an embodiment of attainment? The confluence age and Brahmin souls have the blessing. May you be full of all attainments. You don't have a blessing. May you always be an effort maker. But you have the blessing of having attainment. Blessed souls who have received the blessing of attainments can never be caught up in carelessness. Therefore, they don't have to make effort. So, do you understand what you have to become? In the royal court, it became clear what the specialty of having a right to the kingdom is, did it not? You have a right to the kingdom, do you not? Or are you still thinking about whether you have this or not? You have become the children of the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessings. A king means a bestower of fortune, one who gives. If you lack nothing, what would you take? So, did you understand? The new children have to stay in this experience. Do not waste your time battling. If you waste your time battling, you will be battling in your final moments too. What will you then have to become? Will you become part of the Moon Dynasty, or will you go into the Sun Dynasty? Those who are battling will go into the Moon Dynasty. I am moving along. I am doing this. It will happen. I will reach there. Do not keep this type of aim even now. If not now, then never. If you are going to become something, it has to be now. If you are going to attain something, it has to be now. Only those who have such zeal and enthusiasm will reach their complete destination on time. No one is ready to become Rama and Sita of the Silver Age. Since you want to go into the Sun Dynasty of the Golden Age, then the Sun Dynasty means to be a constant master bestower of fortune and bestower of blessings, not one who has a desire to take. I should receive some help. It would be very good if this should happen. I will claim a good number in my effort. No, you are receiving help. Everything is happening. This is known as being children who are self-sovereigns, masters of the self. Do you want to move forward? Or is it that because you have come later, you want to remain at the back? The easy way to go ahead is to become an easy and natural yogi. It is very easy. Since there is only the one Father, since there is no one else, where else would you go? Since there is attainment upon attainment, why would it take effort? So, take benefit of the time of attainment. Become an embodiment of all attainments. Do you understand? Bap Dada wants each child, even the last one, as well as one who comes at the beginning of establishment, every child to become number one. Become kings, not subjects. Acha? Groups from Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh have come. Look, the word Maha, great, is so good. The place of Maharashtra has the word Maha in it, and so you also have to become great. You have become great, have you not? Because to belong to the Father means to become great. You are great souls. Brahmins means great. Your every action is great. Every word is great, and every thought is great. They have become alokik, have they not? So those of you from Maharashtra, always be an embodiment of the awareness that you are great. Brahmins means the great top knot, does it not? Madhya Pradesh are those who always maintain the intoxication of Madhyaji Bhav, the middle one, Vishnu. Together with Manmana Bhav, you also have the blessing of Madhyaji Bhav. So, your heavenly form is called Madhyaji Bhav. You are those who maintain the intoxication of your elevated attainment. That is, you are those who remain stable in the form of the mantra of Madhyaji Bhav. You are also great. If you are Madhyaji Bhav, then you would definitely be Manmana Bhav too. So, Madhya Pradesh means those who become an embodiment of the great mantra. So both of you are great with your own specialties. Do you understand who you are? From the time you begin the first lesson, you just made firm. Who am I? The Father also reminds you of the same thing. Churn this. There is just the one expression. Who am I? But it has so many answers. Make a list of who am I? Acha, to all the elevated souls from everywhere who are embodiments of all attainments, to all the great souls who have a right to the alokik royal court, to the special souls who have always adopted the sparkle of spirituality, to the constantly natural yogis, the easy yogis, to the highest and high souls, please accept love-filled remembrance from Bapdada, the highest and high. Blessing, may you be one who has truly died alive and has transformed all waste with pure feelings and elevated wishes. Bapdada's Srimatis, children, do not listen to, speak about, or think about anything wasteful. Always think with pure feelings and always speak auspicious words. Listen to anything wasteful with a pure motive. Be one who has pure and positive thoughts for others and transform the intention conveyed by those words. Always let your feelings and wishes be elevated and always transform yourself and do not think about the transformation of others. The transformation of the self is the transformation of others. It has to be. First me, there is pleasure in dying alive in this way. This is known as the great sacrifice, Mahabali. Die with happiness in this, for this dying is in fact truly living, the true donation of life. Slogan: the concentration of thoughts brings a fast speed in your elevated transformation. Om Shanti.